Hi. So for the last year or so I've had funding from the Royal Academy of Engineering to try and develop a tool that might automate measurements of responsive caregiving between parents and infants. So the basic idea is if we have a video of a mother and a baby interacting, we could use something like the Global Rating Scale or Parental Care Index to measure mother's responsiveness to the infant, and we could then compare one parent child died to another, and the goal of this project is to see if looking at the movements of the two participants gives us any signal which is similar to that human coded score. So the idea would be that if we take these videos and use a tool called OpenPose, we can convert the videos into wireframe skeletons for each of the participants. So then we have two sets of movement data for the participants, which we can then statistically analyse and see if there's some signal which tells us when and if the parent is being responsive to their infant. So we use this freely available software called OpenPose, which is a machine learning platform that's trained to recognise human figures in videos and provide you with markers of their key points on their body, so their eyes, ears, and so forth. So it gives you 25 points for the body, and it can do the face and hands as well if you want to. Spitting those out in sort of raw data file. So the aim of this project is to take videos of parents and infants interacting, typically a 5-minute video, normal just video, 25 frames a second, and so from there you would have, for each time point, a set of coordinates for the X and Y points of the nose, the ears, and so forth. So it's still just in 2D at this stage. So you'd have that for the infant and for the parent, and then might require some cleaning and processing of the video, of the data, so you know which participant is which, account for any gaps in the data, and then once you have that, you might want to run some cross correlations and maybe measures of granular causality to see if the two participants are in sync with each other, see if the parent is responding in some way to what the infant is doing. So that's the idea. I've developed a set of Jupyter notebooks, which are basically online web documents which combine code and sort of instructions, Python code that steps through each of these processes. So there's one notebook that processes the videos, one notebook to clean it, and then a third which does the statistical analysis. Those are still in development, but they're available already on GitHub if you want to look at the early versions of that, see what it does, see how it's using all of these other bits of software. Once we've done that, we have 3 data sets of parent-child interactions. Each of these are filmed free interactions, 5 minutes long approximately, one collected in Lesotho, one collected in India, and one collected in the UK. And for each of these data sets, there's been a expert rated of the parent-child interaction, using global rating scales, using parental care index, and other codings. And we have other measures of cognitive outcomes, such as the Mullen and the Baileys, and other developmental milestones for these participants. And so the idea is that if we use our tool, can we get a signal of the synchrony between the mother and baby, which maps onto the synchrony that we might get from a care index, and whether it then predicts any other cognitive outcomes further down the line. Bottom line is we're still doing that, so I don't have any answers for you at the moment, but come back next year, 2 years time, and we certainly will. If you have any questions, I'll be available on Thursday the 9th from 12 to 1:30 in this Zoom meeting with password vICIS. That's a link to it. That's everything. Thank you.